Hello and welcome. My name is Zara, and we're going to be discussing February of 2026. This is the month where destiny will call you. You will have to release, let go of, and surrender what no longer serves you. This is the month that you are setting up yourself for the next 6 months. Now, if you want to know the astrology of 2026 and what it means for you, I do have guidebooks available down below in the description. These guidebooks give you the transits of every single month and what to expect during that month and what you will be working on at that point in time so you can stay ahead of the game. That being said, let's get into February. We start the month with a full moon in Leo, February 1st, and this is potent. It is powerful. Imagine the first of the month with a full moon. It's a major release. It is a completion point. And then we're in eclipse season. We are fully in eclipse season. February, we have an eclipse, a solar eclipse in Aquarius, and on the 3rd of March, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. So it's the last full moon before the eclipse energy. We will be in it from the full moon. I don't want you to think for a second or a moment that you're not in eclipse season until the eclipse hits. No, you are in it in February. You are feeling it. You are letting go of all you can in order for you to step into a new life. And eclipses influence us over the next 6 months. So the changes that are transpiring and happening for you will influence you over the next 6 months. Eclipse season is powerful. Okay. February 4th, for the last time in our lifetime, we are going to have Uranus go direct in Taurus. This is that moment where we are going to embrace this major change. This is the last time in our lifetime. On the 25th of April, Uranus will enter into Gemini. That being said, major. And what does Uranus rule over? Uranus will rule over money, finances. We're going to see unexpected changes to the world's finances. The Leo full moon is you letting go of what doesn't give you happiness, joy, pleasure anymore on the 1st of February. Then on the 6th of February, we have Mercury entering into Pisces until April 14th. It is preparing us for eclipse season and Mercury retrograde, which will start on the 26th of February and last until the 20th of March. Mercury will go retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So it's going to be very reminiscent, nostalgic. Pisces is where we've been holding on for things that is a heavy weight on our chest for us all as a collective for far too long. Pisces is not what happened 5 years ago. Pisces is like everything emotion you've been carrying for years and years that you now need to reflect on and release. So some people see people you haven't seen in years. And I think it's so fitting. It is so fitting given that Neptune is now in Aries. Okay, and we've just completed that whole cycle of Neptune in Pisces since 2011. So it makes sense to have a Mercury retrograde in Pisces for us to reflect on the past 14 years. Okay, and then February 10th, we're going to have Venus entering into Pisces until March 6th. Now, Venus is exalted in Pisces. And so this is really great energy for connection, love, romance, joy. So yes, we will be celebrating that Valentine's Day with Venus in Pisces, where we, put on those rose-tinted glasses because that's what Pisces is, and we just get swept away by love. However, February 13th, 14th, Saturn will enter into Aries. And Saturn is a reality check about your sense of independence. And this is important when it comes to relationships because the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, relationships. But it all starts with you and what you want within your relationships. February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. This is about long-term. What do you want for your future? What is your vision? This is also about the people you choose to associate with online and in person, including corporations, yes, governments, or the place that you work, that corporate organization you join. That's Aquarius. Aquarius is always going to rule over that collective choice, that group of people you chose to associate with. Yes, the company you applied for a job. Yes, the hobby group you started. Yes, the neighborhood watch. That is Aquarius, the social circles, including your friends, and also your future vision and your community and where you feel you belong. Then, February 18th, we are going to have the sun enter into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. Now, things are going to slow down. It's Pisces season. It's time to get in our feelings. It's time to see how do we feel about everything and everyone, and be super sensitive, we're more intuitive, and Pisces is about closing out cycles before we start the astrological new year, March 20th, with the start of Aries season. Okay, then February 20th, Saturn conjuncts Neptune in Aries. This is a major transit as well. Saturn is structure. Aries is where we dissolve. What are we choosing to dissolve away? Especially with that Neptune influence, and it starts with self. So balancing your dreams with reality, and what is not based on reality will be dissolved away. Time to solidify your spiritual essence. This is about you too, because it's Aries. But we can see this play out with anybody that wears a uniform. Aries is about the brave and courageous. So yes, the soldiers, the people who put on a uniform, the people who, take action in our day-to-day life. So your police officers, your security, every single thing. And there is going to be this dissolving, especially with Saturn. And Saturn is in its fall position in Aries. This day, it's about the structures we wish to build for us personally in our lives, but we will see what do we want to dissolve away with. Now, February 26th, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. Review, rethink, don't start anything new, okay? Especially a lot of miscommunication can happen during this time. So pay attention, trust your intuition, take this time to rest, reflect, and release. Hi Aries, this is a major month for you. Just saying. Okay, Neptune is now in your sign, and you're going to get Saturn entering into your sign. But we start off the month with the full moon in Leo, 1st of February. What doesn't make you happy, you say goodbye to. This is purely about your joy, your happiness, and your pleasure. Some of you will experience breakups, especially if that relationship has lost the spark. It's not good times anymore. A relationship that does, have that passion can move to the next level. Full moons are about completion points. It's where we decide, hey, are we leveling up? Are we done with this? There can also be some tensions around children, especially if you have children. News about pregnancies and children. Considering what you're doing with your children. If you're an entrepreneur and you've been working on something over the past 6 months, this is where you can reap the rewards financially for your creative projects and efforts. But ideally, this full moon asks you what makes you happy. Doing what makes you happy makes you stand out, and it's about you doing so. February 4th, Uranus goes direct for the last time in our lifetime in Taurus, where it will remain until April 25th. And this is all about your income, your money. This is it. Unexpected changes, liberations in what you need. This is where some people reap the rewards, like unexpectedly financially, for what you've experienced since 2018. Since 2018, your finances have been going up and down, okay? That's just the way it's been. Unexpected expenses, unexpected money flowing in, a lot of changes to the money you earn based on your skills and talents. Now with this last direct motion, externally, this is the action that you take and unexpected events that shift your finances for you. Now Uranus is the planet of chaos, so unexpectedly the changes you see within your money and also your sense of self-worth, because your worth defines how much you earn. Then February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces. This is about rest, rejuvenation, and time out. This is where you're going to be closing out cycles. Who don't you communicate with? You might notice that you're not even in the mood to communicate. You're spending more time in isolation, reflecting on past events. This is also where you're mentally just kind of foggy. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces. Now, when it comes to love, this is only behind the scenes. You're going to be dealing with things like reflective about healing when it comes to your romantic relationships, closure, walking away, or able to heal and forgive. This is Venus in Pisces for you, and it's behind the scenes. You could also spend this time traveling when it comes with a loved one, or spending time privately. Whatever you're doing with the person you love, it's privately. If you are single, you will meet someone in private settings or whilst traveling, or a spiritual place. This is where you draw on that energy, or the person you meet is deeply spiritual. But it is a time that you can also get into an affair. This is behind you, behind closed doors. So yes, affairs can happen, secret affairs, secret liaisons. Now, when it comes to finances, it's about passive income, money behind the scenes. This is not necessarily where money is flowing to you easily. It's more where you're reflective on your finances, seeing passive income and payments for all projects you have been working on. And also trusting your intuition about your finances, trusting your intuition about your relationships during this time. This is where you can be very clear about hidden enemies in terms of finances, and hidden enemies as well in terms of love. This is where you need to kick a bad habit in love as well, or when it comes to finances. February 13th, Saturn enters into your sign right before Valentine's Day, where it will remain until the 28th of April 2028. This is about you seriously getting disciplined. Already Saturn in Aries is at its fall position. Saturn is not an easy planet. It's not meant to be. Saturn is restrictive. It's hard work. It's discipline. It's staying focused. And here you need to be very prepared over the next couple of years of staying focused on your plans. Whatever gets cut out of your life, and whoever gets cut out of your life, it's meant to be. Saturn is karmic in nature, and it allows for things to be released in order for us to follow the path that will give us the success for the long term. It's hard work and discipline. Do not be too hard on yourself. This is not the period to do so. You can suffer depression. I do like especially if you're hard on yourself, especially because it's gonna ask you about your confidence. If anyone does you dirty, Saturn will rectify that. But if you do anyone dirty, trust me, Saturn will show you as well. Saturn is that reality check. And this is like the reality check about yourself, okay, and your relationships as well, personal and professional. Now, February 17th, new moon solar eclipse, and this is going to set you up for the next 6 months. You're going to connect to new people, new communities. So this is where you might get that job offer, that collaboration, that partnership. This is where you join a new circle of friends. This is where you are very aware that the old has been released, and now you're stepping into a new community in some way, whether it's a hobby group, a work group, online and in person. This is what you're doing over the next 6 months. You're also very focused on the future desires you have for yourself. You are really focused on ending old patterns in terms of connection, your social interactions that you outgrown. February 18th, the sun enters into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. Time for some time out. Rest, rejuvenation is necessary for you. You're exhausted, okay? It's the season before your birthday, so you can feel tired. Some of you might even feel unwell. This can happen. Even with Venus and Pisces, you could spend money basically on your wellness. Like, maybe you needed to do a health check. This is what you can do with this. It's very much where you're focusing on your health on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level, walking away from situations that no longer serve you, endings, releasing, and grief. That is what happens. We close out a cycle before it's your season, March 20th. Okay, that's what you'll be doing. And then on February 20th, you're going to have Saturn and Neptune conjunct in your sign. This is a total shift and a reality check about the plans and goals you have for yourself and how you implement them going forward. Okay, this is dissolving of old structures within your life, of who you thought you were and what you wanted. February 26th, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, where it will remain retrograde until March 20th. This is a total release, letting go. Some of you will cry. This is Pisces, and it's happening behind you. Releasing, emotionally exhausted, needing time out, needing to focus on your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically, kicking bad habits. Secrets being revealed, hidden enemies, truths coming to the surface in order for you to step forward in a whole new way. Aries, it's the season before your birthday. This is your moment to really release and let go. Yes, there'll be moments for you to join a whole new different group of people. But the healing is here in this season and in this month for you, right before birthday season. Do comment your placements, your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello Taurus, and happy February. This is eclipse season and it's major change, and you're definitely stepping up into destiny. Now we start off the month with a full moon in Leo, and this tells me there are going to be changes that influence your home and family. Some of you might be moving home, moving to a new place, or just moved. This is you decluttering. This is you allowing for you to clear space within your home and living situation. This is also an emotional release. Some of you will feel deeply emotional. This is very sentimental, looking back and reflective as you're embarking on change. Some of you might also need to rely on someone you feel emotionally close to. There's a potent time for your emotional well-being and emotional connection. I do see a lot of you, also ending cycles with family. Maybe in your home, your domestic living situation, maybe you moving out, maybe someone else is moving out. But the changes now is about what gives you joy emotionally. You may feel called to create security at home. Now, February 4th, Uranus direct in Taurus until April 25th. For the last time in your lifetime, you've been going through this whole chaos, and I wouldn't be surprised if you experience chaos too in January as well, this whole period, because since 2018 Uranus has been in your sign and it's been trying to liberate you from where you've grown accustomed, and this revolved around unexpected changes in all areas of your life. Uranus was in your sign. It's your sense of identity and what you identify with, including your finances, your relationship, your home, your friends, your family. Unexpected changes, unexpected curveballs, and you would have to roll going forward. Now, you can see unexpected changes happening in your sense of expression. Some of you will have personal goals, really focusing on how you can think about your future. You may feel the urge to break free from restrictions. This is where if a relationship or situation is restricting you, you're saying goodbye to it, you're like seeking freedom. A lot of you might even do something with the internet, something involving the future, even in revolving around your finances. This is where you're thinking about the future finances, your future relationships, and anything restrictive, personal, professional, you think about it too. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces. Communication. This is really great for communication online, friends, people. This is where you are focusing on your future wishes and dreams, and you're trusting your intuition. It's Pisces. You got to trust your intuition. This is where you might connect to spiritual people, right? Either spiritual people, people into healing. Yes, this can also be doctors, but this is where you're focusing on your healing and your community and the people you want to choose to associate with, who you want to have communications with. Some of you might communicate with friends, some of you might communicate with a company, but this shows collaborative efforts coming up to your life online and in person when it comes to your future goals. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces. You can make money online. You can make money through collaborative efforts. You can make money through your community. This is where you get the support from the community. This is about your future wishes and dreams. This is where you need to trust your intuition about the future you're creating. There's a lot about online money, or collaboration, networking, or signing a contract with the company you've been trying to. These are people you choose to associate with via choice. So if you sent out your CV or resume, this is where you get the opportunity. These are the opportunities you get by your networking abilities financially. And you can also find love with your friends. So you might find love if you're single with friends, or if you have a loved one, this is where you're socializing more with people. February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, where it will remain until the 28th of April 2028. This is huge. It is powerful. With Saturn Aries, it's all about closure, trusting your intuition. Some of you will be gifted ideas, but you're going to have the structure to make it a reality. This will also be what you wish to cut out. Some of you will see the truth about hidden enemies. This will be that reality check for you. This is going to be a hardcore reality check about who didn't have your back from the jump. And what you see is meant to be. This is where you kick a bad habit. This is where you can see your own self undoing, your own self sabotage, anything addictive from procrastination to drugs and alcohol, you're done. This is where you really focus on your peace and your healing mentally, emotionally, and physically. Some people also see time out from society to focus on your next direction. So that requires healing. Whether it is a meditation center or hospital, that time out for you is very necessary. It's revolving around that health, and you will see the hidden matters. This is very karmic as well. This is preparing you for long-term spiritual growth, spirituality, and anything spiritual. Your faith now will be your way through. So you don't get depressed during this time when something comes to an end, because it's meant to. February 17th, new moon, solar eclipse. This is your career, your goals, your reputation. Some of you will really ascend when it comes to your career. This is new beginnings within your career. This is your sense of authority. This is your vision. This is opportunities to shine professionally. And you have that to make important career moves. And you can do it online, in person, because it is Aquarius. This is where you step up into leadership roles over the next 6 months. February 18th, Sun enters into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. This is all about your future wishes, dreams, online and in person, collaborative efforts, opportunities to collaborate, to network, to spend time with friends, to spend time with people you choose to associate with, to interview for that job. This is your networking ability, your future vision that you wish to create. February 26th, Mercury goes retrograde. And this for you is all about connecting to people you haven't seen in a long time, or friends can come back. This can also give you revelations about your friends and your future wishes and dreams. Any secrets will be revealed, especially about friends and the community you associate with, so that you can shift, let go, and focus on that future vision. This is where you might pick up something that was a future goal or vision that you had for yourself in the past, and you can make it a reality. And this is just amazing for you. Do comment your placements. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Gemini, welcome to February. It's eclipse season, so there's going to be major changes. There's no other way but change. For you, there's going to show with that full moon happening on the 1st of February. This is like completion of communication, learning. This could even be with a sibling or relative interactions where there's something on your chest and it needs to be expressed. This is also showing changes within your siblings, your relatives, your neighborhood, within your environment. If you've been pushing forward for a contract, this is where you get it. This is where you go for that interview and it works out for you. This is also the ending of old contracts. Okay, so you could be working or have that, that partnership, and it's now done. Conversations and decisions may reach a turning point. This is where you mentally shift something within your life. Some of you might even decide to move to a whole new neighborhood, or you might, move to a new place. Whether it's for work or whether it is for your home life, there is movement involved. Some of you would have come back from a short distance trip or decided that you need to plan a trip. This is also about your mental peace. February 4th, Uranus in Taurus going direct for the last time of our lifetime until April 25th. Then Uranus will enter into your sign, Gemini. This is huge. You're going to get sudden insights, breakthroughs, endings. This is behind the scenes revelations. Things unexpectedly behind the scenes give you a sudden awakening and call for change within your life. This is your subconscious going through a whole revamp. You've been going through since 2018 with revelations, with hidden enemies, with unexpected changes, especially with hidden enemies and things done behind closed doors would have all come to the forefront, and who didn't have your back. Now going forward, this is the completion of the cycle. So there will be revelations and insights, but you've been dealing with it since 2018. So this is all about your spiritual growth and progress. This is what it's about. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces. This is all about communication now when it comes to your career, your goals, your reputations. If you are retired, this will reflect more about your sense of purpose, you stepping up into authority and leadership and communicating from a place of leadership. Whether it's in your household, whether it's with your friend group, you're going to be seeking leadership and some form of recognition in some way. Maybe you're celebrating something. But if not, this would be more about news about your career. If you've been applying for jobs, it's news about your goals, news about something you've been wanting ideas to. Trust your intuition. Authority figures might be communicating more with you, which is employers, governments, parents. Anyone who's older and wiser will be giving you a little bit of wisdom. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces. This is really great for money based off your reputation. So yes, you look good and maybe someone spoils you. Okay. This is money where you get some form of gift for work and efforts you've been putting in. This is where you get opportunities for promotion, a raise. Venus here will give you that. Trust your intuition. Authority figures, like I said, employers might give you that. Parents can also give you that. This is your reputation. It gets a boost and people are more likely to give you money. If you are an entrepreneur, this is where you get money based off your reputation, your business, and who you are. Now, February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, and this is you really cutting out from your social circles who doesn't fit anymore. I'm talking about the work group, the family group, the hobby group, the people you choose to associate with via choice, including friends, online and in person. You are restricting out certain people and you're focusing on your future vision. There's a lot of hard work here and responsibility and discipline when it comes to your future vision, as well as group projects. Long-term goals become a priority and who you're willing to take with you on your journey. You will be saying goodbye to people from then until the 28th of April 2028. February 17th, a new moon solar eclipse. This is great for higher learning, travel, adventure, expansion, growth, and your spiritual journey, publications as well. So you're going to see new opportunities for education, for travel, for expanding your worldview, as well as fresh insights or new direction when it comes to your life philosophy, which will happen over the next 6 months. It's all about you shifting your beliefs as well, because what you believe, you achieve. February 18th, the sun enters into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. Opportunities are going to be presented in your career, your goals, anything that you want that's long-term, as well as your reputation. So you can celebrate something. This is where people see you celebrating something that matters to you. You know, they're congratulating you. They are doing something like, oh, well done on that. Now, this can also bring up opportunities when you retire to step up into a leadership role in some way or some form of responsibility. Or like I said, people are celebrating you for something you have done. This is where you're seen by the world. February 20th. This is when Sun conjuncts Neptune. And this is you dissolving out any social circles, aligned dreams that do not fit your reality, and social circles or projects that do not. So you might let go of a certain community. It's about practical structure when it comes to your future vision. February 26th, Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces, where it will remain retrograde until March 20th. Revisiting career strategies. This can be delays within your career. Maybe you're having a lot of tensions, conflicts with even authority figures, employers at this point in time. Do not sign any contracts when it comes to career now, because especially if it's something brand new, you wouldn't have a clue of what's really going on. Avoid signing major contracts right now. That's the biggest thing. But tensions could arise. They can also be you feeling overwhelmed with the amount of responsibilities and missing certain opportunities or things you need to do because of the weight of responsibilities on you. This way also people will misunderstand you and, not know what you're trying to say, basically. This is your reputation. So people look at you like, huh? They also misjudge you. Okay? Do comment your placements down below and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello Cancer, and welcome to February of 2026. It's eclipse season, so it's gonna be major change for you this month. And what's changing? Money. Money is going to be the big theme of February of 2026 for you. First of February, full moon happening in Leo, and we start off with you are reassessing your finances. This is where a source of income can diminish, or you reap the rewards for work you have been doing based off your skills and talents. This is where you can get extra payments if you're self-employed. This is where you can get a raise, an increase. Money comes through. Now, if money ain't coming through, this is where you need to reevaluate how you've been spending your money, because this can also bring a large expense to you as well. So do remember, this is also about possible financial recognition and changes. So be aware of that. And also you looking at your personal resources. February 4th, Uranus goes direct in Taurus for the last time in our lifetime until April 25th. Sudden changes, unexpected revelations and opportunities within your social circles and community. Now, if you've got a product, people want to buy it. This is where people see you as unique, different. You set the trend and they want what you got. This is really great for that. It's really great for networking. It's really great for opportunities with unexpected, online and in person. The opportunities are flowing in for you. February 6th, we're going to have Mercury enter into Pisces. This is going to revolve around now you thinking about travel, contracts related to travel, higher education, or spiritual matters. This is where you're thinking like you need to plan things out. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces, and this is really great until March 20th. This shows travel. Venus here is going to offer love opportunities for traveling for love. This is where you and a loved one could travel together, especially if you're in a relationship. This is really great for that long distance voyage, and this is also great for singles. You could meet someone while on holiday, while traveling. Now you could also meet someone at a place of study, education, place like a history museum as well, or a spiritual place that has history. Now, like I said, for my people that are in relationships, this is really great for expansion, growth in love through travel, philosophy, learning things, shifting your beliefs, looking at different cultures. This is also really great for that, different cultures, meeting people from foreign places. Money-wise, it's making money through foreign investments. Yes, through overseas. This is also expansion, growth within your finances through publications, through networking, through teaching, to sharing your expertise. February 13th, Saturn enters Aries the day before Valentine's Day, and this is all about your career, long-term goals. This is where you become very serious about your long-term goals. You feel the pressure of responsibility and the wanting to perform, and this is where growth happens, but it's going to ask you to put in the work. Authority figures, including employers, will be very hard on you, so put in the work. You will restrict out careers you've outgrown in order for you to step up into success from now until the 28th of April, 2028. Now, with that being said, February 17th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, and this is going to influence new beginnings and fresh starts for you when it comes to shared resources, all the way over these next 6 months until next eclipse cycle, which happens in August. With that being said, this is where you're going to see new beginnings with shared resources, intimate relationships, personal transformation. You're going to be asked to face your fears and some traumatic experiences, okay? That's necessary because this is good, but it's going to give you a new beginning and a fresh start, a fresh perspective. There will be changes to your spouse as well. Maybe there's a new opportunity offered to your spouse, something brilliant, deeper levels of intimacy and growth. This is where some of you can really get like, let's get married, right? Let's share resources. I want to pay the rent and you buy the food, okay? That's where intimacy goes to the next level. Let's share our resources and money and put it together. Let's do those things. Let's sign that contract. Let's, get joint intimately in that way as well, in this way. Some of you will definitely meet someone new that you feel, you want to grow with. Now, February 18th, Sun enters into Pisces. We'll remain to March 20th. Opportunities for travel, higher education, expansion, growth. This is amazing. Love this. You're going to see a lot of opportunities for travel, higher education, for teaching, for publications, for sharing your expertise. Also a shift in your worldview and spirituality. Then, by February 26th, Mercury will go retrograde in Pisces. You're going to be very reminiscent of past places you traveled, of challenges and blockages with higher education. But as long as you stay confident in yourself, you can see yourself progress. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello, Leo. Welcome to February of 2026. It's eclipse season and you're making radical changes when it comes to yourself and your relationships. We start off the month with a full moon happening in your sign. And with this full moon, this is a completion point. This is either some goal you've been working on over the past 6 months that you've finally received. This is visibility. This is also a boost in confidence and time to step up into the spotlight. It will ask you though, hello, where have you been settling for less? And any place that you've been settling for less, you will let go of. Some people go through breakups, walking away from a situation, ending a cycle. Maybe you're already in divorce proceedings. This is where it completes. You will also notice with this time, if you're in a healthy relationship, this is where you're progressing. This is some sort of milestone. I will say you'll be feeling exhausted, tired, and wiped out during this full moon. This is because full moon is bringing all your emotions and feelings to the surface. Now, February 4th, we have Uranus going direct in Taurus for the last time in our lifetime until April 25th. This is unexpected changes and revelations to your career, your goals. This is an unexpected opportunity that comes with your career. Something that throws you a curveball when it comes to your career. And you have to pivot February 6th, we are going to have Mercury entering into Pisces. And this is about deep conversations, innermost healing, reflecting on the past. This is also secrets being revealed, things that were said that were kept secret now will be shown to you. This will also show you a lot in terms of anything in terms of contracts that were kept hidden too. Any information, whether it is written, whether it was said, it's you seeing it. Emotional transformation is necessary, and intuitive guidance needs to be followed when it comes to important decisions. This is where you could also get some important news in terms of intimate matters with an intimate partner or a spouse, as well as it can do about contracts in terms of any contracts regarding finances, shared resources, debts, loans, and taxes, including inheritances. February 13th, we have Saturn entering into Aries. And this is discipline when it comes to your studies, expansion, growth, travel, higher education, publications, anything in terms of legal matters. This is about you taking things very seriously and your long-term goal structure of what you want. February 17th, a new moon solar eclipse that will be happening on February 17th, influencing you over the next 6 months. This is opportunities when it comes to your one-on-one contracts. So you're going to have a lot of contracts coming in personally and professionally. This is where you're going to network as well as new beginnings in relationships and partnerships. So if you're single, you can meet someone new over this next 6 months. If you're in an existing relationship, this is where you reach the next level. You do something new within this relationship. Professionally, new contracts being offered. This is where you make changes. This is you connecting to the right people. Then on February 18th, we have the Sun entering into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. And this is all about focus on your resources, your investments, your loans, your taxes, or inheritances. This is where you're looking at your financial matters, intimacy, and transformation. This is debt management, as well as secrets being revealed and emotional transformation. So you're going to be really focused on those financial matters. And this is important, Leo, because you know that full moon lunar eclipse happening on March 3rd is going to be a release about your finances in Virgo with the South Node. Then March 20th, we're going to have the Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries. This is now you letting go of rigid beliefs, where you feel stuck and stagnant, any legal matters to you breaking free, publications. This is just you seeking growth, including growth in terms of educational goals, teaching goals, sharing your expertise. This is structure to your long-term plans. And then on the 26th of February, we're going to have Mercury retrograde. And this is going to ask you to revisit your finances, your money matters. This is where you thought you paid a bill, boom, it's back and you need to pay something. Okay, this is also if you've been waiting for someone to pay you, it comes back. Any secrets about relationships that you've been intimate with, yes, physically in the bedroom as well as emotionally, I told you my secrets, will be revealed if they've betrayed you. This is where you trust, you'll be reviewing trust. You'll also get information, power dynamics. You'll see who wants to put, power plays on you or has been manipulating you. All gets revealed. This is the time for emotional empowerment and you stepping up into your strength. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you. Virgo. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to February 2026. And what a month. It's eclipse season, so you know there's going to be changes. Now, we start the month already hot and heavy with a full moon in Leo. And you just need some time out. This is like hidden matters will be revealed. Any secrets will come to the surface. Anything done behind your back comes to light. There's also emotional weight you've been carrying for far too long. What has been taking you away from your joy, your happiness? Leo is joy. It is happiness. It's light. And this is where you've been holding back, not allowing yourself to feel happiness. This is time for closure, letting go, walking away, introspection, releasing and healing. Some of you will be so exhausted, you'll need to lay on the couch, and some of you might need to go for a health check. Either way, you're taking care of you on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. Your intuitive dreams right now that you'll be having are powerful. February 4th, Uranus direct for the last time in our lifetime in Taurus. And this for you is all about travel, adventure. Since 2018, Uranus and Taurus has been making you travel unexpectedly, unexpected locations, moving around. This is very busy movement energy, also shifting your spiritual beliefs. This was breaking you free from rigid beliefs about yourself. And this was all about your education too. Some of you would have taken up unexpected studies, might have had unexpected disruptions in studies, but this is where you're completing this. And you're going to get sudden insights, breakthroughs, and expected opportunities when it comes to studies, travel, and philosophical pursuits. So that's great. February 6th, we have Mercury entering into Pisces, and this is about you having communication with your one-on-one partnerships, personally and professionally. Some of you might be negotiating, right, professionally or within a relationship. A lot of focus on relationships. Then March 10th, we have Venus entering into Pisces. Some of you could meet someone new during this time. Destined and aligned, North Node still in Pisces. Some of you might meet someone new. If you're in an existing relationship, your relationship will be going through a process of faith. Faith will test your relationship. What's meant to be will be, and what is not will fall away. Venus in Pisces makes you extremely attractive. This is really great for money matters. So some of you might get destined and aligned money, financial matters through partnerships, whether it's clients, contracts, deals, negotiations, other people. Maybe a friend tells you about a job offer and you apply for it and you get it. This is where if you interview, Venus is here like, hey, you get the money through that partnership. Okay? And this will be going on until, for the next 6 weeks. And then we're going to have, on February 13th, Sun enters into Aries, where it will remain until 28th of April, 2028, 2 years. This is serious. This is about intimacy. This is a lot of you going through divorces, separations, separation of resources. Yes, if you live together and you share resources financially, boom, separation. This is Saturn. Saturn will also ask you to become very strict when it comes to your debts, your loans, your taxes, your finances. Responsibility in shared resources and intimate relationships. This is a big thing. Your trust will be tested. The reality will be brought to the surface. Listen, Saturn is karmic. It's truthful. It's honest. It's real. So if there's no real trust, you'll know, okay, long-term planning and transformation is required through discipline. Some of you can reach financial success over the next coming years, but it's going to take some discipline, hard work. Now, new moon solar eclipse that's going to be happening in February is going to influence you over the next 6 months, February 17th. This is about your work, health, and daily routines. Some of you might have a whole new routine. It'll pop up over these next 6 months. You might move to a different location, have a new routine, start a new job. Something happens new within your routine. You might even decide to take care of your health in a different way. A health matter might be brought to the surface for you to take better care of your health. This is all about making improvements. Some of you might even connect to a health coach or fitness coach, someone that helps you improve your life. This is new beginnings in your work life, your routine, and service-orientated projects where you offer services. You might redo your services so they're presented better. February 18th, Sun enters into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th, and this is all about relationships. Opportunities through personal and professional relationships can arise. And you'll see your relationships very clearly with the Sun being here. And destined aligned relationships and meetings can happen personally and professionally. Then, on the 20th, we're going to have Saturn and Neptune join in Aries. And this is going to influence you're balancing your long-term transformation and dissolving out responsibilities, especially shared responsibilities, and align dreams with reality. This will be a very truthful and honest period about your most intimate relationships. Then, February 26th, we are going to have Mercury retrograde. Yes, your ruler goes retrograde in Pisces opposite you, where it will remain retrograde until March 20th. So this is going to be deep and profound review of agreements, contracts, deals, negotiations, personally and professionally. People from the past, especially partnerships, even exes, can return. This is you need to avoid signing any contracts during this time. This is about, reviewing things instead of jumping into things. Potent, powerful time for you going forward. To comment your placements. I look forward to hearing about you and your placements, as your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello, beautiful Libra. Welcome to February. Now, we're going to have a full moon on the 1st of February, and this is all about your social circle. Some of you might get wish fulfillment, a desire, something you've been working on for a long time gets fulfilled. This is also you walking away from certain collaborations, groups of people. You might see a major change where you walk away from a certain organization. This can be a corporation. This can be like, maybe you're leaving a building of people that you used to be a part of, whether it's related to work, whether it's related to a living situation. This is you making a change when it comes to your social dynamics, the people you choose to associate with via choice, whether it's friends, whether it's that work group, whether it's that home group, whether it's family. You're making a big change. Now, like I said, wish fulfillment can come through, and you can see money rolling in through contracts, deals, and collaborations. This is like a dynamic shift, especially recognition through networks is very possible during this time. All eyes are on you. Okay, February 4th, we are going to have Uranus going direct for last time in our lifetime in Taurus. And this is going to be sun changes and surprises when it comes to finances, inheritances, and deep conversations. Truths will be revealed. This is going to be influencing you until April 25th. Major revelations, truthful conversations, facing your fears, breaking free from your fears. This is powerful. This is you stepping up into your power like powerfully, like you've never done before. Now, the thing that does happen, you're going to see unexpected changes happen in a spouse's finances. So if you share resources with anyone, even if it's a living situation, there can be unexpected changes that happen to a spouse's finances during this time. There's also unexpected losses, unexpected having to deal with insurances. Just make sure all your ducks are in a row. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces. And this is all about your work, health, and routine, contracts, deals, negotiations through work. Reviewing your health routine as well. You might be thinking about your health and wellness. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces. You can get paid for your work, for your efforts, for your services that you offer. Now, this can also bring up like a promotion or something happens at work where you earn more or you get a new job. This is money through your work over the next 6 weeks. If you're single, you can meet someone through work. If you're in an existing relationship, this is you and your partner working on day-to-day responsibilities and taking care of it. February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, and this is opposite you until April 28th of 2028. This is huge. This is you really focusing on your partnerships. It will restrict our partnerships that are weak, fragile, and lack security and grounding. Only relationships that hold stability and a future foundation will stay and hold for success going forward. You can come across amazing partnerships right now, especially professionally. If you are single, you could meet someone over these next 2 years, especially someone responsible, a little bit older, and also who's strong in character. If you're in an existing relationship, if that relationship is a lie, it will be seen. Sounds a reality check about your relationships and where balance is not being adhered, and you will see that very clearly. Now, this is going to be happening over the next 2 years. February 17th, we have a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius. This is going to be opportunities to meet someone new. If you're single, this is romance. If you're in an existing relationship, this is you taking your romance and joy and happiness to the next level. This is all about your heart and what your heart feels fulfilled with. This is great for creative projects, entrepreneurs over the next 6 months. You'll be working with that. Some of you can fall pregnant unexpectedly over these next 6 months. Now, if you want children, this is great. If not, please take precaution. February 18th, we have the sun enter into Pisces until March 20th. And this is all about your work, health, and routine and taking care of yourself and maintaining that balance. February 20th, we're going to have the sun conjunct Neptune. All structures and relationships will be dissolved, personally and professionally, and you're going to have to reform them to the vision that feels aligned to you. Okay, and then February 26th, we're going to have Mercury retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. This is all about your work, health, and routine. There can be more delays at work. There can be challenges at work. Could be delays for payments too when it comes to services you offer. There can be misunderstandings with co-workers, tensions with co-workers, or open enemies. This is also about you reviewing contracts in terms of work and your routine and your services. Don't overextend yourself because you're going to need to review your health. You could also suffer burnout during this time. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to February. Major changes will be occurring when it comes to your home and living and emotional foundations, including reviewing your romantic connections. Now, on the 1st of February, we have a full moon in Leo, and this is great for your career. If you've been working hard to achieve some sort of recognition, a reward, a promotion, a leadership role, start your own thing, taking up space, this is where you get the recognition. You get rewarded for your efforts, anything you started over the past 6 months. This is also you releasing something that does not make you happy anymore within your career, walking away, choosing a new path that is more emotionally fulfilling for you. Now, February 4th, we have Uranus going direct in Taurus for the last time in our lifetime, where it will remain until 25th of April 2026. Now, since 2018, you've been dealing with upheaval when it came to your relationships, right? And this cycle is about to come to an end. Only relationships that have absolute freedom and a vision for the future can remain since 2018. If there's any relationship that's been holding you back and keeping you stuck, this is sudden changes, breakthroughs in partnerships, contracts, deals, personally and professionally. So even if it's a professional relationship, this is you breaking free. This is you freeing yourself from relationships that feel like a binding contract, a noose around your neck. This is where you are seeking that freedom, and you will see the truth with it. Uranus is chaos, and it shows you what's hidden too. February 6th, we have Mercury entering to Pisces. It's all about communication within your romantic life. This is where you can be sending those flexi texts, emails, calls, conversations. When it comes to your career, you could use your creative genius and trust your intuition. If you're an entrepreneur, you can really work on your creative projects. Then on February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces, and this is all about romance and pleasure. Venus is exalted here, so you could meet someone new over the next 6 weeks. You could take an existing relationship to the next level. This is money through creative work. This is money through entrepreneurship. This is money through your creative genius as well. This is also about fun. You could be spending more money on fun activities. Appreciation of self is important. February 13th, we're going to have Sun enter into Aries, where it will remain until April 2028. For the next 2 years, it's about discipline and hard work when it comes to your work, health, and routine. Some routines will be restricted out, as well as some work projects or work environments will be cut out. This is where you're building stability when it comes to your work, health, and routine. Do not push yourself past burnout. You will influence your health. Okay, then on February 17th, we have a new moon solar eclipse happening in the sign of Aquarius. This is all about new beginnings and fresh starts when it comes to your home and living situation over the next 6 months. So you could meet someone new that you feel emotionally close to and you feel comfortable with. You could move in with someone over the next 6 months, especially if you're in a healthy relationship. And this can also show emotional revelations, moving home, literally, changing things within your domestic living situation. This is new beginnings and fresh starts, and it is a solar eclipse, so there will be clarity about what you need emotionally and what gives you security, as well as within your home and family. There can also be some unexpected events that happen within the family. And it's a lot to do with boundary setting and revelations and truths. This is Aquarius. It shows us where structures need to be put in place. It also gives us a unique perspective on a situation. Now, February 18th, we are going to have the Sun enter into Pisces, where it will remain until March 20th. This is really great for romantic endeavors, creativity, joy, pleasure. February 20th, Saturn and Neptune will conjunct in Aries. This is now you dissolving out old structures when it comes to your work, your health, and your day-to-day routine. From the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, that's your routine. Changes will be made. You will dissolve our old routines. February 26th, we're going to have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. You best believe from now until March 20th, you're going to get that ex come back. You're going to get revelations, insights about your romantic connections, whether you're single or in an existing relationship. This will make you think about an ex will think about you. This is also about romantic plans being met with delays, challenges in communication with romantic partners, as well as if you're working on a creative project, you might feel a bit blocked. When it comes to children, there can also be a bit of tension arising and misunderstandings. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Sagittarius. This is February, and we are in eclipse energy, and there's a Mercury retrograde. First up, there we have a full moon in Leo. This is you completing studies. This is you completing and coming back from traveling. This is you making changes in your beliefs, noticing outdated beliefs. This is a shift within you. There's also where you might just hit people with a straight truth. This can also be a completion of a legal matter or a revelation within a legal matter. Now, you could also be thinking about studying or deciding to publish something. This would be great if you've been like working on a book and you want to publish it during this time, or you're going to put out that course, you have wisdom on it. It's really great. Now, February 4th, Uranus direct in Taurus for last time in our lifetime, and you've been experiencing this since 2018. Uranus being direct will be direct in Taurus for last time until the 25th of April. With that being said, since 2018, you've been dealing with unexpected changes and revelations when it comes to your work, health, and routine. Getting paid for work would have been a challenge, unexpected changes, having to move, maybe there's no money for it, having to make a lot of changes when it comes to your work life based on finances. This would also brought about peculiar health concerns, unusual. This is Uranus, unexpected to, maybe out of the blue health concerns or unexpected accidents that just take you by, surprise. This will also influence your mental, emotional, physical health that you need to shift. Now, over these next couple of months, there are going to be sudden changes and breakthroughs when it comes to health, routine, and work, including unexpected opportunities. Like you might just get an unexpected opportunity for your work. It doesn't always have to be bad, but the opportunities will present themselves. Just Uranus is chaos. It's unexpected. It's a surprise. Good or bad, that's up to you. February 6th, we have Mercury in Pisces, and this is all about you having communication in regards to people you're close to, emotionally close to, or family members. Maybe you're planning a trip and you're texting all your family. This is where you're thinking about your home, your family. You might even take a trip to a place that you used to live. This is you reviewing the past. You're also going to feel like you want to send some heartfelt messages to people. You're more sentimental than usual. Now, you could also be looking at moving home during this time, or just moved home, signed that contract, got that contract. Now, February 10th, Venus in Pisces over the next 6 weeks. This is great. You could meet someone now, but they'll feel like home if you're single. If you're in an existing relationship, you're getting comfy at home with someone. This is all about your emotional well-being and home and family, beautifying your home. If you're making money, it's going to be home-based businesses or anyone that's in the nurturing, caretaking environment or property sales. Now, you could also receive money and funding from family members, or maybe you also spoiling family members at this point in time. February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, and you're taking a serious look over the next 2 years until April 2028 when it comes to your romantic life. If you meet someone right now, you want them mature, you want them serious. If you're in an existing relationship, it will show you the reality and where this romantic connection is lacking or has weak foundations. This is also a very serious time when it comes to creative projects, and your happiness. This is where you seriously look at what makes you happy. Sometimes this can be depressing, so that you can review what you need to restrict out of your life so you can find that happiness. Okay, February 17th, new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, which will influence you over the next 6 months. This is all about new beginnings and fresh starts when it comes to your environment, your neighborhood, maybe moving to a new neighborhood, moving to a new place. This is really great for communications or new beginnings with relatives, with siblings, within your local environments. This can also find a great time for writing, for learning something, or even teaching. This is really great for fine-tuning your skills and taking short distance trips over the next 6 months as well. Now, February 18th, we have the sun entering into Pisces. This is going to give you opportunities for your home, your family, your living situation, and your emotional well-being. February 20th, we're going to have Saturn in Aries conjunct Neptune in Aries. All structures related to romantic situations will fall away so you can form what you truly want that fulfills you when it comes to your happiness. February 26th, Mercury will go retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. And this is you reviewing family matters, home plans, emotional foundations, people from the past you felt emotionally close to or shared a living situation with. Whether it was a roommate or an ex, they're going to come back. This is you thinking about the past, thinking about family matters, and there can be more tensions and miscommunication within your home, with anyone within your home, and family-related matters. Do comment your placements, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello, Capricorn, and we are talking about February. It starts off with a bang. You're going to feel it. February 1st is an intense full moon. This is any secrets or lies or deceptions. It's brought to the surface, power dynamics, manipulation. You see it all. When it comes to financial matters, if you've been working on anything over the past 6 months, investments, loans, insurances, all can pay out. There's other people's money coming to you. Even a spouse can get an opportunity that they have been working out. Anyone you share resources with, including passive income. If not, this is where you need to consolidate your debt, look at where you're paying things when it comes to your loans, your taxes, so forth. Now, February 4th, we have Uranus going direct in the last time in our lifetime in the sign of Taurus until April 25th. This is sudden breakthroughs when it comes to romantic matters, creative projects, including children, unexpected pregnancies, fun and self-expression. Since 2018, you've been dealing with unexpected changes when it came to your romantic life. This is about upheaval. Unexpectedly, it's going well. Unexpectedly, this distance is going back and forth. My only relationships that would have survived would have been those that acquired freedom. Those that didn't, it would just be so much of chaos. And it would have brought that as well, and revelations. Now, for the last time you're dealing with Uranus, which will give you that sudden breakthrough. Some of you can also get paid money-wise for creative ideas or creative projects or being an entrepreneur. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces. And this is all about communication, learning, short distance trips, and courses. You become more intuitive. You're also seeking some mental rest. This is where you're having important conversations. It's great for negotiations. It's great for sales. Good time to reflect on your plans, though, before speaking. Now, February 10th, we have Venus in Pisces over the next 6 weeks. With Venus and Pisces, if you're single, you could meet someone in your local environment, in your neighborhood. You might be introduced through a sibling, a relative, or any social events, or even a place of teaching. If you are in a relationship, this is where you are now spending time within your local environment, a short distance trip together, something to romance each other with. This is where you are really just taking the time to enjoy your environment, the sweetness of it, the peace of it. Some of you might even travel to the ocean or a place near a lake or body of water. Now, this is all about smooth communication. So you're very charming. You might get a lot of texts, as well as, you could be just romancing your loved one. This is really great for sweet communications, contracts, deals, as well when it comes to neighborhood, signing of leases, short trips, local interactions. This is where you're just planning these things, but you have a sweetness about it, right? You can charm people during this time, even in interviews. February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries. And this is all about responsibility and structure when it comes to your home and living situation. This is where you need to step up. This can also be a bit depressing. It's Saturn. And in the emotional sectors where we feel the weight of our family and home responsibilities on us. This is where you need to come up with a structured plan on how to improve things. This can also create changes within your career that allow for you to build strong emotional and security foundations within your home and family. Some of you might even move in with someone or get married. You're seriously looking at about your home life. February 17th, we have a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius. There's new opportunities over the next 6 months when it comes to money, right? Based off your skills and talents, if you've been applying for jobs, if you've been interviewing, you're going to get the opportunity. This is where you see that destiny being aligned for you. This is where you also get the idea to up your skills. This is all about you networking, right? Collaboration. This is a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. You got to collaborate with the right people for success. This is about you thinking about your future when it comes to your earning potential. February 18th, we have the sun entering to Pisces, and there's opportunities through your mind, communication, your local environment, short trips, and siblings, important conversations. February 20th, Saturn and Neptune conjunct in the Aries, and this dissolves, anything within your family that has been a barrier. This can also offer healing and a reality check too about your home, family, and living situation. February 26th, we're going to have Mercury go retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. And this is review communications, ideas. A lot of miscommunication can happen to you, accents too, or breakdowns, because this will influence your vehicle and traveling, maybe even more travel delays. Make sure you take time out before, booking places, or give yourself block out space and time for that appointment to get there. There are more delays. Avoid signing any major contracts during this time, especially if they're new. Okay, there's a great time to complete all projects or anything old that you have been learning. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Aquarius, happy birthday. It is your season and it's major. There's a solar eclipse happening in your sign. You best believe you are totally changing. 1st of February, there's going to be a full moon in Leo, opposite you. If a relationship is broken and done, it falls away. Only relationships that show support will grow and prosper. You've been under a lot of pressure with everything being in Aquarius. So this relationship needs to be able to support you while also giving you space to navigate changes within yourself and your goals. So that being said, relationships can come to an end, but those that are truly aligned and know how to give space and let you shine will grow and prosper. And also accept you as you are. Now, when it comes to professional contracts and deals, if you've been working on anything over the past 6 months, you reap the rewards. That contract comes through. This is where you get the opportunity, that contract for work, that more clients, something happens. Now, if not, this is where a contract could come to an end, or you decide you've outgrown a place where you don't feel like you're shining, you don't feel like you're leading. February 4th, Uranus direct in Taurus, where it will remain until the 25th of April of 2026. For the last time in our lifetime, major. Now, you've been going through unexpected upheaval, chaos, and changes when it came to your family losses, loss of loved ones, loss of people living within your living space. Upheaval. This brings grief. Uranus in the 4th is uncomfortable. It's emotional loss. Unexpected changes since 2018, like someone you loved just passed, or family members have passed. This is emotional chaos. Your emotional foundations were going through unexpected changes. And in order to build a strong foundation, this would have tested your emotional strength. This would also see unexpected changes to your living situation and unexpected changes influencing your career. Because those unexpected changes influencing your career, things are moving, then things are stuck, things are moving, things are stuck. Now you get that sudden revelation and breakthrough when it comes to living situations and unexpected opportunities and domestic matters, as well as family matters. Like your family, the people you live in a house with, whether it is a roommate or the family you live with, unexpected changes will occur. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces, where it will remain. Reflection on income. This is important. Spending, personal values, financial decisions guided by intuition. This is you reevaluating your finances. Some of you can get opportunities through contracts, deals, and negotiations where money comes your way based on what you say and how you interview. This is great for sales pitches. However, you will review this. Mercury will go retrograde in Pisces. You might even notice maybe there's like you might get a bill and you'll be like, oh, okay. February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces, where it remains over the next 6 weeks. This is harmony in financial matters. This is where you can get money coming to you. There's a boost within your income. Watch out for overspending because it can happen here too, right? This is where you might get more possessions. So this is where we spend money to get more possessions. Small gains and support are very necessary. This is where you can get a promotion. This is where you can get more finances coming through to you. Now, February 13th, we have Saturn entering into Aries, where it will remain until 2028, April 2028. This is about responsibility and communication. You might even feel more guarded what you say mentally. This can be heavy. It can make you feel depressed. This is Saturn Aries. It's not easy on your mental space and mind. So finding ways to free your mind is important. You might get stuck on a problem and not seek the solution. This is where you will basically also notice a reality check about your communications with others, contracts and deals. This is very revealing. Only, and even your neighbors. So you could be having some very serious conversations over the next 2 years. And then you'll also notice at the same time, you gaining this sense of self, of how you respond. You'll be responding with maturity and stability, very structured communication. Then February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in your sign, influencing you over the next 6 months, new beginnings and fresh starts to you. So this is where new goals, new opportunities, new everything, right? This is huge. That new moon solar eclipse is new sense of self-expression and how you show up in the world. And this means the world must treat you differently. And this means you will choose to associate with different people. Opportunities will come in. February 18th, the sun enters into Pisces, opportunities for your money until March. And then February 20th, we're going to have Saturn Neptune conjunct. This is where you are dissolving old ways of thinking that are rigid and stuck. This is also great for you with thinking about your short-term goals and what you want and how you can create that through structure and discipline. And then on February 26th, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. This is a revisit of financial decisions, spending money. There can be delays with payment. There might be unexpected expenses. Avoid major purchases during this time. You tend to regret it once the retrograde is done. There can be arguments and misunderstandings when it comes to money matters. You might be talking and thinking a lot about money, which can create a lot of stress. So give yourself a break. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you in the comments. Pisces, happy birthday to my Pisces sons. It is your season. It's time to shine, but you need to take it easy as well. On the 1st, we have a full moon in Leo. This is opportunities for your work. If you have services, this is where you get opportunities. Money wants to come in through the work that you do or services you provide. A change in your work, a promotion, more leadership, something that gives you an opportunity within your work life. The services that you have, people want it. This is where you shine. This is where you lead. It's Leo, so you got to lead you in order to be seen, to get what you want when it comes to your work life. Some of you are going to see changes within your work life. You might change your entire routine. The route you take to work, the route you take to your home life, your cooking routine, your waking up routine, your routine is changing with this full moon. This is also going to bring in opportunities for you to take care of your health. You might even go for a health checkup. You might talk to a fitness instructor. You might change your eating plan. Something changes within your health. This is also about self-care and really taking care of you. February 4th, Uranus direct in Taurus for last time in our lifetime until the 24th of April. Then Uranus will move into Gemini. This you would have noticed since 2018. Unexpected changes within your environment, your living neighborhood. This would have been sudden insight. Some of you might have wrote a book or taught something, unexpected little short distance trips. There was a lot of travels. This was bringing a lot of exciting, unexpected energy. There could have been unexpected conversations, even conflicts, unexpected rumors, revelations. This would have been unexpected changes within siblings as well and relatives. Now we are tying up the cycle. So you're going to see money come through what you say. This is Uranus and Taurus. This is also your ability to communicate, to write, to teach, to share information. This is important, and this is where you reap the rewards. You can also take some unexpected trips, have insights. There's those downloads that we get. Unexpected conversations that shift your plans. February 6th, Mercury enters into Pisces, and this is about you. This is where you're thinking about you and you're communicating from a place of self. Thinking, communicating, literally about yourself when it comes to other people. It's great for contracts and deals based on your goals and your personal sense of identity. Then, February 10th, Venus enters into Pisces. This is money through you, your sense of identity. This is where you could change your wardrobe, change your style, cut your hair, do something that you want to create this change to how you look, how you show up, the way you dress, the way you appear. This is also money through you, your efforts, your goals. There's opportunities financially coming into your pockets based off of you. There's a lot of success here as well. Now you'll be very intuitive about money matters. This is where people want to gift you more. It makes you feel good, right? Harmony and charm to your sense of self-expression. You could meet someone new if you're single. If you're in an existing relationship, this is where you're just feeling the love and the romance and you're taking time out together. February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, where it will remain until the 28th of April, 2028. This is about responsibility when it comes to your income, discipline when it comes to spending, making money, and what you do with your money. It's about financial security and building. You will see money being restricted in order for you to build security. So if something has a weak foundation based off your skills and talents and what you're earning, it will be restricted so you can move forward towards financial security through new stable routes. Okay? Then February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Over the next 6 months, it's all about new beginnings behind the scenes, spiritual growth, releasing old habits and self-sabotage. This is deep healing and transformation. It's your spiritual journey. You're going to be taking some major time out. And also your associations, the people you connect to, your group efforts. You're going to change who you connect to. And this is going to require you to review your social interactions and collaborations, your friend group, your family group, your work group. Major changes and endings. This is where you're saying goodbye. You also might need to take care of your health. Great for spiritual, reinvention and psychic abilities. February 18th, Sun in your sign until March 20th. This is a focus on self and self-identity and your goals. Increased visibility. February 20th, Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Pisces. This is aligns to finances and values and long-term goals. Neptune's going to dissolve structures financially that are weak, that also aren't based on reality, they need to come down. There's something that's been a barrier to your earning potential and you need to release it. Neptune is going to redefine that structure for you and the way you perceive your financial dreams. February 26th, Mercury retrograde in Pisces until March 20th. Reflect on your personal goals. This will bring a lot of reflection on personal goals. This is where people from the past may enter into your life. This is your reevaluation of contracts, deals, negotiations. Mercury retrograde is happening in your sign. This will influence all areas of your life. Avoid major personal decisions until clarity returns, because you will feel rather foggy. You must know Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011. Neptune left on the 26th of January, and Saturn's also leaving Pisces, where it was since 2023. All now, February and January. So you got to completely emotionally release, and Mercury retrograde is going to give you the ability to reevaluate the past. See things from the past clearly. There might be chaos, there might be deep emotional insights, and there might be moments of crying, but it's very necessary for your healing because you've been through a lot, Pisces. And so you need to explore this avenue for closure of looking back. And that's what retrogrades are about. They're about closure. They're about deeper self-understanding. And I feel it's so necessary after Neptune saying goodbye to Pisces and after Saturn saying goodbye to Pisces that you go through this deep emotional purge of reevaluation of yourself, your goals, you associate with what you want. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is new to you, and I will respond to you in the comments.